Your brain has an on and an off switch. Most people don't know where it is, and if you've experienced trauma, whether it's one major event or years of many events, you might not even know it exists. Stress is not just your circumstances or your busy schedule or even the hard thing that happened to you. I want you to think about stress as a biological response, and it happens when your awareness of threat becomes greater than your awareness of safety. So, when my awareness of threat becomes bigger than my awareness of safety, a stress response will be activated. Stress has a lot less to do with the circumstance and a lot more to do with your body's reaction to it. Your brain is constantly scanning. Are we safe? Are we in danger? And when threat wins, even by just a little bit, the stress switch flips up. And it happens to varying degrees of intensity depending on the amount of threat that you're experiencing. Now, I want to show you what's happening in your brain when that switch flips on. Want you to think of your brain as having two parts. It has an upstairs and a downstairs portion to it. The upstairs brain is your prefrontal cortex. It's in charge of logical thinking and decision making and planning for the future. It understands consequences and emotional regulation. Now, the downstairs brain, this is your brainstem and the limbic system. It is in charge of survival, your fight, flight, or freeze response, quick reactions, and keeping you alive right now. When you are regulated, meaning your awareness of safety is greater than or equal to your awareness of threat, then your blood flow moves through your whole brain, and every part of your brain is getting resources and nutrients to exactly what it needs. You can think clearly, you can make decisions, you can feel your feelings without being consumed by them. But when the switch flips on, blood flow is going to prioritize down to the downstairs brain. Your body is essentially saying, hey, we don't need a 5-year plan right now. We need to survive. So, your upstairs brain, the part that helps you think clearly and regulate your emotions and even trust yourself, that part of your brain goes offline. This is why you can't think straight when you're stressed. It's not a character flaw, it's your biology. And here's the kicker: the switch is supposed to turn off once the threat is gone. This is how it works when we have our needs met. Threat appears, the stress response activates, the threat passes, the stress response deactivates. But what happens when the stress switch stays on? Trauma happens when the stress switch is turned on, but you didn't have the ingredients necessary to fully turn it off. The threat might be physically gone, but your nervous system didn't get the memo. Maybe you didn't have supportive people around you to signal safety. Maybe the situation lasted for a really long time and your body forgot what off feels like. Maybe you had to keep pressing through or had to go to school the next day, had to show up to work, had to take care of other people. So you never gave your nervous system permission to complete and metabolize the stress cycle. This is what unresolved trauma looks like. Hypervigilance, always being on alert, always waiting for something to go wrong. Emotional flashbacks, reactions that are a lot bigger than the situation, and you kind of feel like you're not even yourself when it's happening. Difficulty trusting yourself or other people, sleep problems, constant low grade feeling that something is going wrong, sensory issues, and problems processing information or thinking clearly. And if that stress switch stays on long enough, it doesn't just impact your emotions, it impacts your brain development. So here's the question everyone wants answered: what's the off switch? Before I get into that, if you're finding this video valuable, I'd like to invite you to give it a like and leave a comment telling me what you found valuable, because those two things really help more people find this information. Let's get back to how we turn off that stress switch. If trauma is a stress switch that never fully turned off, how do we turn it off? The answer is not what most people expect. You can't think your way out of this. You can't logic your way out of this, and you can't willpower your way out of this. Because remember, your upstairs brain is offline. You're in survival mode, so thinking your way through the problem is going to come with a lot of limitations. The off switch is this: it's the experience of being seen, safe, and soothed. And I'm going to break that down. Being seen. Your nervous system needs to know that someone gets it, that your experience was real, that your pain makes sense. You need a mirror to make it real for you. Shame keeps us hidden. Shame says if people knew the real me, they would leave. But being seen, truly seen and understood by someone that's loving and safe, that's where healing starts. This is why therapy can be helpful, why good friendships can be helpful, or why support groups can work. It's not because someone fixes you, it's because your nervous system finally gets the message, oh, I'm not alone. Someone sees me and still wants to be with me. The second is safe. Your nervous system needs to feel safe. We need to acknowledge physical safety and emotional safety. This is where the body comes in. You might logically know you're safe right now. You're in your home. The door is locked. The threat is gone. But your body doesn't believe it yet. You can tell your body you are physically safe through somatic practices. Deep breathing. This signals to your nervous system, we are not running, we can rest. Grounding techniques. You feel your feet on the floor. You notice what you can see, what you can hear, what you can touch. Movement. Shaking, stretching, walking. You're completing the stress cycle your body never got to finish. Safe touch. Hugging yourself. Weighted blankets. Hand on your heart. Your body needs evidence that it's safe, but you can't just tell it, you have to show it. The third thing is soothed. Your nervous system needs co-regulation. And here's the thing, we're not meant to regulate alone. We are relational creatures. We are more relationally dependent than wolves, than deer, than all of these other pack animals. We would never look at these pack animals and say, oh, what's wrong with you for not figuring it out by yourself? As babies, we learned regulation through our caregivers. When they cried, they soothed us. When we were scared, they held us. Their calm nervous system taught our nervous system how to calm too. So let's bring this full circle. Stress is when your awareness of threat is greater than your awareness of safety. When that happens, your brain's stress switch flips on. Blood flow prioritizes to your downstairs brain, and you go into survival mode. Trauma is when that switch turned on, but never fully turned off. In the off switch, it's not willpower, it's not just think positive. It is the experience of being seen, safe, and soothed. It's giving your nervous system the co-regulation it never got. It's teaching your body it's allowed to rest now. It's filling in those developmental gaps, learning the skills that you never got to learn the first time. If you want to learn more about those skills, I have a video called 8 Skills Therapy Never Taught Me, and I'll link that too. Your nervous system is doing exactly what it was designed to do, to protect you. It just needs help learning that the danger is over. That's what this work is about. It's not fixing you. It's teaching your body that it's safe to finally turn off the alarm and that you're allowed to be here. If this resonated with you, I would love for you to subscribe. I make videos every week about nervous system regulation, trauma recovery, and finding your purpose from a regulated state. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway from the video? Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next week.